babies, it's a girl Julissa, and I am back fully full effect on this channel because why not? So my last video been 5 months ago, and that 5 months, or maybe you see the title already, and I don't know what I can talk about. So before we get to the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the notification to get notified every time I post new videos, because you're gonna get a lot of mommy content. So yeah, let me stop talking and let's get right into the story time. This story time is very much freaking funny, but whatever. Get all the popcorn, get all the drinks, cause Only Girl is back. Period. So let's backtrack from. I'm not going to really give too much details because I don't want all you to know how long I'm pregnant, because that is not information for all to know, because all you nosy. So just okay. So I found out I was pregnant. I'm not gonna give the exact date, what day I found out I was pregnant, but I found out I was pregnant. Before I found out I was pregnant, I had symptoms already, but I wasn't thinking of it. No, mind, nothing like that, because I get pregnant, so what? Like, so my symptoms I had was, I think I had nausea. Like, I had the symptoms maybe 2 to 3 weeks before I do the test. So I had nausea. I had, where I was working, I couldn't take the scent of nothing that was being cooked, because yeah, and I was just thought I was just sick, like, though not thinking of me being pregnant, like that, not nothing I thinking of. You check. So so I had couple symptoms where my breast was hitting me. I was feeling nauseous. I was just eating ice, and like me sleeping a lot was really a symptom, because I always sleeping. I like to sleep. That was nothing new for me. I've been like to sleep, so that is nothing. But I was still sleeping a lot. But I've been sleeping a lot, so that was nothing of mine for me to. So, 2 weeks passed. I tell my boyfriend about pregnancy test one, because my symptoms and my hand get fat. Let's ignore that. But I tell my boyfriend about pregnancy test for me, because my body not feeling like itself. Now, my last period only lasts 3 days, but that normal, like it normal. And then the next month I get my period for a day, 1 day, and it was like bleeding. So I was like, oh fuck no, my language. I was like, oh hell no, it could never be. And I start to research. I thinking, yeah. 2 weeks passed. My boyfriend bought it a long time, and I refused to take the test, because like I was afraid to take the test, but like at the same time I already knew I was pregnant, but I wanted to confirm I was. You check. So I was like literally contemplating in taking the test, because anybody will be afraid to take a test, bro. The fuck. So I was like, take the test, don't take the test. Then my sister tell me take the test. So one morning I get up, and I was like, okay, let me take a test, because my body does not eat. Yeah. So I go, I take the test. Test time is I was wait for 5 minutes. I didn't wait for a 45 minutes, I literally started vlogging it on my TikTok. Like literally taking the test to literally catch my reaction. But that shit didn't happen. So I take the test, and I was just wait 5 minutes. I wait 2 minutes. When I watch the test, it have 2 dark freaking lines. All the line was no little light line. That shit was dark. Both lines was dark. I was like, what? Mind you, I didn't see for myself. I ended up calling my sister, and I tell my sister, watch the test before me, because I afraid, I nervous, and at the end it was for stupid shit all the time. So I end up calling my sister, and my sister showed me. I let my sister watch it and tell me to say. My sister started to scream, "You pregnant? You pregnant?" And I crying and I crying. And it's not sad tears. It's happy tears. Because my child is not no mistake. So it was not planned, but it was no mistake, period. I cry, I cry, I cry, I cry, I cry. Message my boyfriend. When I messaged my boyfriend, I my boyfriend, I couldn't wait because I couldn't wait. My boyfriend at work. My boyfriend not supposed to have his phone at work. Only I call my boyfriend phone and one thing that going through and I go in mad in the house. I go in mad in the house. I go in mad. I go in mad. I go in mad. Then he called me and then I tell him and he was like, both of us was literally excited. Like up till this day, we excited as hell. Then the first person was my sister to find out, and on his side was his sister to find out. He hated his sister first, and I think after he hated his mother, his father, and them. And then the day I take the test, the next day I couldn't keep it in because me and my mother like that. Me and my mother is best friends. Like I can't keep nothing away from my mother, so I had to tell my mother. So I said that I'm gonna tell you how I tell my mother. Eh? It's so freaking funny, but I have to tell you how I tell my mother. So I sit down on the bed and like I was planning on gonna tell her already because I literally take all the tests. And I ended up taking 2 tests and both of them was dark. I take one the day before, the day I tell my boyfriend and my sister find out, and then I take the other one the day I tell my mother. So I call my 2 tests in my bag and I lie down on my bed and under my cover. And let me tell you, I afraid to tell my mother. It's not like obviously people are afraid to tell their parents they're pregnant. But like me and my mother is that chicken macassi. My mother is best. Me and my mother like best friends. I tell my mother everything. Not like really everything, but like everything. So I call my sit down on the bed and like I crying. But does she catch me crying? But I on my phone I don't like I don't see what she talking about. No, my mother is a person. She does see things beforehand. So it's like she gifted. So it's like she will see things before it happened and feel like that. So she was like, "What are you crying for?" I was like, "Nothing." I was like, "You're lying. You're pregnant, not true." Let me tell you, I start to cry waters. I start to cry waters. It's not I cry more, it's not I cry more. I show her the test. She was like, "It's not the end of the world." My mom was like, "What do you expect? You for a man for 4 years." And the day, and I know when I get conceived because I was with my boyfriend for 3 weeks straight. So yeah, so she's like, "It's not the end of the world." And she was making that jokes, "Oh, you're making me a grandmother at that age." But she like to call her grandmother. She don't remember to call her grandmother. She want to call her grandma. So it's grandma we have to call her. And say, but then I was free to tell my father. Let me tell you, I didn't tell my father because I was nervous to tell my father. So my mother go in front and my mother can tell my father for me. And then my father was vexed because I didn't come to him and tell him first. But then I was afraid. So I tell my mother and my mother tell my father for me. And then you just get used to it. Thing like that. And then my mother tell my auntie and then my aunties tell my other aunties and I tell my grandmother and then my grandmother tell whoever. And yeah. So that's exactly how I find out I was pregnant and how I break the news to my parents and my boyfriend and my sisters and whoever. But then I tell, and then but I wouldn't say I hide my pregnancy because way before, when I found I was pregnant, I was far. Like, I wouldn't really say far, but like, I was a little bit far in the pregnancy. So that means I've been pregnant for long and I didn't know. So I was far in the pregnancy already and I didn't know. So my first ultrasound when I did the baby was so tiny. So tiny. And then I fell in love with that child. Like, first time I see the little scene, I fall in love with that child. First love at first sight. Then I did another ultrasound and I ended up hearing the baby heartbeat and I was literally seeing my child, like literally seeing my child on the screen, and I was crying and hearing my baby heartbeat because Up to this day, I still kind of believe I'm going to be a mother because, yeah, I'm actually going to be a great mother, as everybody tell me. Clock it. So, yeah, and I end up telling I tell my aunties and them, like, not too long. I end up telling my aunties and them. I'm not going to say how long pregnant I be because that is nobody's business. So, and then I don't know the gender yet. So I found out the gender very, very soon. So if you team boy, put a blue heart. If you team girl, put a pink heart. You check. So yeah, and I'm doing no gender reveal, but for sure I doing a baby shower and I'll be vlogging for that. But this is exactly why I found out I was pregnant. I'm going to be a mommy, period. And I know some haters when I watch my video. And I'm going to put some rumors that was happening by the time. I wasn't hiding my pregnancy, as I said. My pregnancy was nobody's business. So people were saying, oh, why hide your pregnancy and people know you having sex already? That is not the point. Your pregnancy is for nobody to know. My pregnancy is for nobody to know. Even though I pregnant, what on earth is me? What on earth all in the first place? You're not the one to take care of the baby. Not you're the one not to buy pampers, buy water, buy milk. Not all I gonna ask when my child need whatever. My mom there, I working, my parents there, I have a large support system. Don't even talk about my boyfriend side of the family. So it's like, why all you want in my business so much? But anyways, I was not even that fine pregnancy already. People was like, oh, she pregnant, but then my stomach wasn't even showing. Like, I been had a big stomach way before I was pregnant, and I was big before I was pregnant. But people know I was pregnant by my nose. My face started to get fat, my nose started to get big and arbitrary. So yeah. But the first rumor was I 7 months pregnant. And mind you, it was maybe 3 months, 4 months I find out I was pregnant, eh? And they say I 7 months pregnant, I got my baby just now. So I was like, oh, okay. And then it's laugh at people. So a lot of people would always like to say shit about people. So yeah. And then one person say I pregnant, then the whole of laugh went no, and then everybody messaging my phone, you pregnant for her, you pregnant for her, you pregnant for her, you pregnant. It was all there. Like my neighbor and reaching people here at school saying I pregnant. So it's like it was out there already. Before I even announced I was pregnant, it was out there already. And I think when I found out I was pregnant, I didn't even tell plenty people. I only tell my close friends. Like I will tell 4 of my close friends. Like them girls don't talk like that. So yeah, I only tell 4 of my close friends and then family members and things like that. But not too long, I posted itself because in my business all I want to be. So be in my business. Yeah, I'm pregnant and what? What is the big deal? What I don't understand is that you're talking about me being pregnant. First of all, I graduated high school with merits. I not no high school dropout. I graduate school, I don't drop out of school, nothing like that. I have something to my name, so I don't know why they talking about me. And the ones that are talking about me is the ones that don't finish school, is the ones that are still in school talking about me. But you know, it's haters. Haters is my motivation. I've been said that. So you know, they can talk what they want to talk. You check. I never cared. And to the person that say, why is no? I'm making child for my boyfriend and not when we was 1, 2, 3 years in a relationship. Are you dumb? I'm getting 20 on Monday. My boyfriend 20 is already getting 21 just now. Why would you want me to be pregnant in high school? The fuck? Are you dumb? I graduated in 2024. Almost 2 years ago, I graduated high school. Why would you want me to be pregnant in high school? My mother money I get and waste to can get pregnant in high school and don't graduate and don't finish school. Are you dumb? But whatever. I have a large support system, and to my girlies, the girls that been there, that been asking about my baby from day one, love you. And to my baby godmother, mwah, she know herself. But yeah, I also want to give a special shout out to my baby god sister, my biggest, let me tell you, my biggest YouTube supporter. Love you plenty, girly. Let me tell you, that little girl, so adorable. She adorable. So I had to shout her out in my video because she was watching like all my videos. So shout out to my baby god sister. Yeah, love you, girl. Yeah, and to my man, clock it. And to the haters, more bookies. Love you plenty. It is like, comment, and subscribe, and not forget to comment what all you think the baby gender be, because I'm team girl. See where my pink already. I want my twin. I'm team girl. So everybody want girl. So I'm team girl. I want my twin. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the little video. Follow for more content. I might change my YouTube name. Never know what I can change it to, but I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications. You get notified every time I post a new video, because we're gonna get a lot of mommy content. Pack my hospital bag with me. A lot. And if I'm not vlogging on YouTube, I'm posting on my TikTok. So yeah.